So today I'm doing a bit of a shorter video, just updating you guys with a cool feature that could be heading our way on Trading212 in 2023, and I thought you guys would want to hear about this new feature. So just a little bit of background before we do talk about this new feature, which is going to be a great addition, is that I don't know if you guys know this, but actually 90% of my audience is from the UK. And out of that 90% of my audience from the UK, I would say that 50% of you guys are Trading212 users, and I am as well. Trading212 is my preferred broker, and I know a lot of you guys as well that use Trading212 are always interested in any news that's coming up or any features that are coming in. So this one here, I thought you guys would want to hear about it, and it's a fantastic platform. 4.6 stars on Trustpilot. I use it, a lot of you guys use it, and if you don't use it, what are you doing? Get on it. It's a fantastic platform. I think it's the best UK stockbroker out there, and you got your ISA on it. The fees are really cheap, and they're always trying to improve it. And if you aren't on it and you want to join it, there's a link in the description. Join through there, you get a free share. I think the last 2 users that signed up through that link got a free share of Games Workshop and Meta, which isn't too bad at all. So yeah, if you do want to join it, there's a link in the description. Nice little plug there. But we'll get stuck onto this new little feature update that could be added sometime soon. Now, I don't always do the new feature updates because sometimes it can be stuff like adding advanced charts in, which is probably more of a thing if you're a day trader and you like drawing squiggly lines and saying this is where the stock's going to go in this direction because the line says so, or the addition of Portuguese stocks. I don't really update on this, but I thought this was going to be quite a cool or big addition into Trading212 in the future, and it was announced last week. So it says here, introducing last trade price. So in the next 10 days we'll be rolling out our latest feature, LTP, last trade price. LTP, also known as market price, is the price of the most recent transaction for a product. It reflects a product's value better than buy/sell prices, which indicate supply and demand. Charts, positions, valuations, and profit and losses will now be based on LTP instead of buy and sell prices as the industry standard. Now, I've seen quite a few platforms still use the kind of buy and sell prices, but there's a few out there that do use LTP. This brings us closer to launching extended hours prices in Q1 2023, and that is the bit that I wanted to make a video on today, because I thought this would be a really cool addition into the UK, because we don't really have the ability to do this on many platforms, and especially on a low fee platform like Trading212. So this is a really cool addition that we'll speak about in a second. Before I get into that, just a quick sum up of LTP. This for me isn't a big deal. I'm not too bothered about buy sell prices or the ask prices compared to LTP. Obviously, Trading212 are wanting to give a bit of a realistic reflection on the share price, and also probably one of the big criticisms that I always see about Trading212, and if I ever make a video on them, it's always there in the comments box, that people complain about the spread and the price changes and the range that they can sometimes give, sometimes on like the UK stocks in particular. So I think Trading212 are just trying to address that issue that they've always had. So yeah, for me, it's for a long-term investor, I'm not too really bothered about what price my order exactly goes through, so it's not a big deal for me. I mean, obviously it's probably a better thing, but it's not a make or break situation for me. The big thing that was for me, or why I'm making this video, is this cool new feature. If this comes in, this brings us closer to launching extended hours prices in Q1 2023. So if you guys don't know what extended hours or extended prices are, basically some stock exchanges will have extra hours of trading, and not everyone can have access to these hours of trading. So in the normal trading day, so for example, if we want to buy stocks in the US market, for us it's like 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. but you might see that if you go on pre-market, stocks are already moving up and down, and that's if we go on here, you can see that you can actually buy here US markets between 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. which for us would be around 12:30 in the afternoon, and you can see here that they trade until 8 p.m. at night. So same again, that would also give us a few hours after the stock closes, and that's why sometimes you can see stocks that bring out earnings and then you see the stock price moving after hours, even though you can't buy or sell that. That's because people have access to buy or sell them stocks after hours, and us from the UK could potentially have access for that next year on Trading212. So an example, you might have seen this a lot of on earnings seasons that's just gone through. PayPal brought earnings out, and the earnings dropped 13% initially when they brought earnings out in extended hours. And as them extended hours went on, in the next half an hour, it went from 13% down up to 8% down, and it had quite a volatile swing. And if you had access to them extended trading hours, you would have been able to potentially buy that stock down at 13% rather than down at 8%, and that would be quite a big difference as even a long-term investor to get that stock, you know, at a lot cheaper prices. Because if I have the right date here, you can see on Friday it closed at $75, but if you had access at that time when the extended hours were out, I could have potentially picked PayPal up at $60 something, which would have been really good to average in at. So that will make a lot better access potentially to some opportunities when the stocks make big volatile movements, which is normally after earnings. So yeah, this will be a really cool feature in 2023 to keep an eye on. The one thing that I'll be really interested in is how Trading212 manage this. Is this just going to be a free feature for everyone? Is there going to be a way that if you are going to do a trade after hours, are they going to potentially have a fee for that? Are they potentially going to have a Trading212 Plus that gives you access to the after hours or the extended hours? Is it a way they're going to monetize that a little bit more? Because as we know, most of the money comes from the CFD platform, which they're kind of moving away from and focusing more on the long-term ISAs and invest account. So are they potentially going to make some more money from them users by charging a fee from this, or is it going to be a free access kind of thing? So that would be the big thing that I'll be kind of looking at and seeing how they kind of do this to their audience. But yeah, it's one thing definitely to keep an eye on, and I think a lot of you guys would be interested in and probably welcome this feature as well. So hope you enjoyed this little mini update, guys, and I'll see if I have enough time to get another video in later today. But smash that like button and I'll catch you in a bit.